Flight Lieutenant James Sainty!
Past or present, which other aircraft would you like to have flown and why?
That's a great question. I would love to have flown the Lightning back in the day. It has the same sort of performance as the Typhoon does. It can go up vertically and it's really fast, so absolutely would be the Lightning. Older than that, definitely would love to have gone the Spitfire as well. Such an iconic aircraft from the war. Brilliant aircraft to fly, I would have thought.
Are there any eating restrictions or dietary requirements before you do a Typhoon display?
Well, as you know, Ted, after today's visit, you see how much G-force Paddy was pulling, up to 9G. For that, we need to have quite high blood pressure to keep the blood in our brain so that we don't black out under those forces. So actually, it's recommended that you really high fatty McDonald's. However, that's not very good for your health. So what we're told is to keep fit, do a lot of running and exercise so that we can overcome the forces that are put on us during the display. So high fat diet would be good for your blood pressure in terms of keeping it high, but not good for your health. So we eat a healthy, balanced diet, buddy.
What is your favourite move in your Typhoon sequence when you were displaying last year, and why?
My favourite move, Ted, was the slow speed pass into the acceleration for the off-crowd half Cuban. The reason for that is because I can slow the jet down to its slowest about 120 miles an hour. Let the reheat, 40,000 pounds of thrust, accelerating me from about 120 up to about 450 knots in the space of about 15 seconds, and all while I'm doing that I'm climbing up to then reverse back towards the datum point, and it's absolutely phenomenal.
Have you ever flown Supersonic?
Absolutely, yep. The jet itself is so slippery that actually from a height, if you're going a certain speed idle and put the nose down, it will break the sound barrier. We'll get a lot of noise complaints if we do that over land, so we do all our training over the sea, Ted. But yeah, Supersonic is a normal thing for the Typhoon. It likes to be fast.
Oh. Are you able to fly any aircraft? So could you just get in a Lancaster and fly it?
Unfortunately not, Ted. Just qualified on the Typhoon.
Can you explain G's in a simple way?
Yeah, G-force is obviously, whilst we're stood here, is 1G, so that's the force of gravity. Whenever Paddy or myself pull a turn or go upside down and pull full back stick or pull back on the stick, all that force is going through my head downwards towards the planet. Obviously that's called G-force, and that can be very dangerous if you're not prepared, wearing the right equipment and straining when you pull. So we can pull up to 9G. We also have what's called negative G, and that's when we push. So when you go over a hill in your car and you feel your stomach go, very similar effect in the jet, but we can push minus 3G, and there's nothing you can do to force against that as the blood goes to your head, and you can get what's called red out, where the blood's forced into your eyes and all you see is red, so that can be quite dangerous.
In air-to-air refueling, do drop tanks get refueled?
Absolutely, yep. So we normally carry in a training fit, this one's got a single tank. So the Typhoon display, Paddy has a single tank for the fuel in it to take him to the airfields that he's going to be displaying at. So sometimes he might not be based at the display site, so he needs that fuel to get there. Awesome. He'll always fly with a single tank or clean. When we're normal flying, we'll take the 2 tanks, and when we plug into the tanker, yeah, everything fills up, so we get a full combat load.
Does a Typhoon have a horn?
Typhoon does have a horn. Do you want me to demonstrate that to you?
Okay.
And we call it the canopy horn, and hopefully there's the horn for you.
Excellent. Where is the Typhoon cannon?
The Typhoon cannon is in the right wing. We have a 27mm Mauser cannon, and we carry 150 rounds of that.
So those wings at the front, what are they actually called?
So Ted, they're called foreplanes. So the Typhoon itself doesn't have any elevators. They're all on the front of the nose. It gives us our pitch authority, buddy.
Your most memorable moment in a Typhoon?
My most memorable moment was when we first flew together in 914 for its maiden flight after being painted, Ted, obviously. See you later, Ted. Nice flying with you, buddy.